to heal the sick and perform miracles. He looked up and saw all of these people, and he was moved with compassion. The fact of the matter is, when we look around the crowds of the people, there ought to be some compassion in the room, because when we begin to look, there ought to be a young man or a young woman in the room who's been sitting there and waiting for somebody to say that God has needed them, and that you don't have to walk out the same way that you came in. So the Bible says that Jesus looked up, saw everybody following him, and was moved with compassion. I'm here to tell you, young folk, you are not by yourself. There is a multitude of folk that's waiting on you to take your rightful place. And if nobody has ever told you, I'm here to tell you that I'm going to the long haul with you.
You tell me the doctor.
So then we get back to this book. In the book of John, Jesus sees everybody, says to the disciples, "What up, y'all?"
What up, y'all?
They say, they respond, "What up, Rabbi?"
What up, cuz?
He said, "How much money we got? Because we got to feed these folk." The Bible says Jesus knew what he was about to do. Philip says, "Well, we only got 200, so it ain't enough to feed everybody." So Jesus goes, "Oh, all right." But then the disciple responds, "But there is a lad." Now, the Bible did not say that there was a lad who gave his lunch and he had a conversation with Jesus. It just said that there is a lad. Then it goes on to say, who has 5 burly loaves of bread and 2 small fish. And then it says, and then Jesus multiplied these things. Y'all follow me?
Yeah.
That we never see the conversation between the young man and Jesus, that he took his lunch, because in order for that young man to be carrying his own lunch, that meant he was there by himself. Okay, all right. So let me help you out. In the biblical days, when they traveled as a family, it was up to the father to keep the food for all of its family, and the mother kept it if the father went off somewhere else. But the fact of the matter is, they did not say to Jesus that there was a man with the lunch. They said, "But there is a lad." So which meant that young man saw something happening far away from home, saw the people following somebody, and said, "Mama, I think I want to go somewhere. If you could just pack me a small lunch, I promise you I'll be back home before dinner." And he grabbed his bat, his ball, and he began to follow the crowd. Now see the difference about this crowd, because this crowd was following something different. The difference was they were following Jesus. We have to understand, young folk, that people want you to follow the world, but we in the church want you to follow Jesus. But the only way that you can follow him is that we that are before you set up a precedent to let you know that Jesus does exist, and that there are... Y'all are real quiet in here today.